So I'm pretty sure that everyone and their pet dog now knows about the Dream grooming allegations at this point, and while these allegations are nothing new as they have been floating around for about a year at this point, the recent resurgence of these allegations, including his involvement with Nicolas Cantu, aka the Gumball voice actor, rekindled the fire again. So let's set the scene here. Dream is currently having a meltdown on Twitter instead of focusing on making a video to debunk everything assuming he is innocent. Then all of a sudden we got Gumball dropping out of left field with a pile driver. Granted, it was on the Dream parody account, but the real Dream was obviously quick to notice it. And then Dream and Nick have a back and forth spat, which peaks when Dream drops a video where Nick is drunk at an Uber ride and harassing both Dream and the Uber driver and dropping the cigarette word.
If I'm putting you on game, right?
Yeah.
See, you still never mind.
Go.
No, I'm not going.
So you're asking why
I'm not going because you're manipulating. The same thing you say you not want to do or you went through, you're doing the exact same shit. And you're using all these bullshit excuses of why you're still fucking up. So you're the type of person, you're gonna have to bump your fucking head for you to learn. So when somebody who is older than you,
I am like this because ADHD, autism, neurodivergent.
I have ADHD as well.
Right, but because you said that's what the mask is, I think you're a faggot. All right, so that's why.
Now, obvious facts aside on how weird it is to just randomly record someone on a drunken rant while they aren't even old enough to drink and then save it for blackmail later on, it speaks volumes as to how much people hate Dream to the point of where a cishet white male, sorry for the Twitter buzzword salad, was able to drop slurs and everyone is applauding him, not to mention the admitted assault and verbal harassment. If Nick did that to anyone other than Dream, his shit would be over right now. I've also seen a bunch of people harp on the underage drinking point, which honestly isn't as big a deal as people make it out to be. Obviously, you can say that's a bit irresponsible, especially with how Nick got, but it isn't as bad or malicious as people are making it out to be. Especially when apparently Nick had a fake ID, so he planned on getting drunk regardless. And he was 20 at the time, apparently. I think people are just doing that for the same reason as to why everyone is letting Nick say the cigarette word virtually scot-free, and it's because it's Dream who is more hated. The next major point that I'm going to talk about was a burner account that surfaced that has Dream allegedly moaning for a minor. Like, dog, what the fuck? I didn't need some Minecraft YouTuber moaning first thing in the morning when I checked Twitter/X. That shit is absolutely wild, man. If Dream did moan sexually for a minor, then it's actually over for him. There's no coming back, and he should consider himself lucky that he doesn't end up in jail or get hunted down IRL Minecraft manhunt style. The people behind the account even showed a police report, and their bio seems to indicate that it's true, or at the very least that they strongly believe it. However, there are a few key things to realize before we crucify Dream, because everyone deserves a fair chance to be heard out even if you don't really like him, because grooming allegations carry heavy weight. While Dream has responded to this and said that the audios are real, like why would you even admit that when everyone thinks you want cupcakes, there are still some things that we need to address before we can bring the hammer down on Dream. Also cover this tweet more later on. But before you guys want to paint me as some sort of pedo defender, I don't really like Dream. I think he's a weird-ass narcissist dude between his general handling of drama over the past couple of years and his parasocial enabling. I just think we should wait and get all the facts before jumping to conclusions. First off, we need to know both the ages of Dream and the person involved, because while this whole situation of him moaning is already low-worthy, grooming stuff aside, until we know the ages of both the people involved, we can't definitively say that Dream grooms kids. There's also no face shown or voice aside from the moaning, not to mention how easy it is to fake a Snapchat account. Also, from what I've seen on Twitter, apparently Dream was 19 or 20 at the time of these messages and the girl was 17, so he's basically getting railed over a 2 to 3 year age gap on that Call Me Carson type beat. I will say this though and admit that so far it's looking really bad for Dream and he needs to get his act together and make the response video already. The major issue with this whole drama is that Dream hasn't done himself any favors between parasocially enabling his kittens, fans for years at this point, his obnoxious mask videos where he puts the mask off and then on again, bending over backwards at every little provocation, and now he's dropping Twitter rants and acting overall very aggressively instead of composing himself, which makes him a very highlighted target for people to unload on. It also doesn't help that Dream is muddying the waters further by responding to every little comment separately on different places. So far, I've seen that Dream has addressed this situation on his main/private Twitters and TikTok, spreading out the responses and running people's patience thin because let's face it, no one wants to hop between multiple social media platforms to deceive the niche internet micro-celebrity is innocent. So far, there's 3 main groups involved in this drama. The people who loathe Dream, his meat-riding fans, and everyone else. the people who are on the fence about it. The longer it takes for his response video to come out, the less people are willing to hear him out and jump to hating him. Especially when he runs his mouth off on Twitter, because honestly, the most obnoxious thing to see on Twitter right now is him writing a novel and everyone else spamming him. My ultimate take on this whole situation is that while it looks terrible for Dream, there are a lot of people who are just hating and taking advantage of this opportunity because it's Dream, and there has already been a confirmed case of people faking DMs with Dream to drag him down more. And there's so much different information about this whole situation that conflicts with each other, but we should at least wait for Dream's response video to drop before making any final judgments. As he did say he was working on a response video, because there have been people like Slazo and Quite who have faced similar odds and came out on top after they dropped their videos, assuming Dream is actually innocent, of course. We should give it time for the truth to come out because only time will reveal the truth. This whole situation is a complete mess with incoherent Minecraft Zoomers on Twitter, and no one there can seemingly form a coherent thought about it. It's very hard to trust anyone saying things, and while some of these allegations seem very credible, they are not 100% proven. Even other people are confused about what's going on with Stream due to the massive amounts of differing information about it.
Unbelievably long list of accusations and allegations against a YouTuber named Dream. Massive YouTuber, I'm sure you're familiar with the channel. I don't know how he's celebrating Thanksgiving, but I'll tell you one thing I know he's not thankful for, and it's Twitter. There are at least 100,000 different threads attempting to chronicle every single allegation as well as like the supposed evidence to support all the claims. And this morning, I decided to finally just take the plunge, fucking cannonball into this cesspool and figure out what exactly he's even being accused of, what the evidence is, trying to make heads or tails of this wild web of things. And Jiminy Christmas, I'll just tell you, sports fans, I'm more confused than a caveman seeing fire for the first time. I've read through so much shit, and then I'll go to another thread, and then it contradicts all the shit I just read, and then there's a whole nother thread about debunking all of this shit, and then I'll finally feel like, okay, I understand what's happening here, but then from out of nowhere, a new challenger enters WrestleMania coming from the top turnbuckle and blasts the whole thing wide open by making some crazy claims about, actually the debunking was false, this is a fake account, or, ooh, the initial account that started posting these claims turns out to be completely fake, and here's proof of them admitting that it was all a ruse. And then apparently it's become a very common pastime for people to just make brand new fake accounts and start putting in a bunch of wild allegations on top of all of this to keep muddying the waters. It is so messy.
Sure, you could say that Dream deserved all of this with the sand culture they fostered because, let's face it, even if he didn't groom these kids, his parasocial relationship with his audience already makes him weird as fuck. Even so, if it turns out that these allegations are bullshit, I would actually feel bad for Dream because no one deserves false pedo accusations even if you don't like him. It's just unreal to me how badly Dream fumbled the bag and fell off. All he had to do was make content, but nope, he can't even do that. He went from being one of the biggest Minecraft YouTubers to a complete joke of a person. That's all I have to say, see ya.